Okay, it's another weekend and it's another Gateway Miata Club event. We do a lot of stuff with this club. I think last year we averaged an event every 9 days or every 10 days for the whole year. So it's a really, really active club and it's pretty great. So today's event is the Family Picnic, where everybody drives over to, this guy has an airstrip, an Airfield, and he hosts everybody inside of his airplane hangar. So Bob does a fantastic job with this. There's something about Miata people I've noticed is that a lot of them also are into planes or also are pilots. So there are quite a few people in this club who are pilots and also own Miatas. So it should be a fun day today. We can fly the drone, we can go take airplane rides from anybody who comes out to help him. Bob's got a plane, and then some of his friends come over and they give rides in their planes. The coolest plane that usually shows up, hopefully it'll be here, is an old Korean War era Air Force plane. I've gotten a ride in that once before, so if I go up in that again, I will record that for everybody. So should be a fun day. It's really, really hot. That's the only thing that's bad about this. We had beautiful weather for 2 weeks, and now it's going to be 99 degrees in an airplane hangar. So as you can see, I'm not in a Miata because I have a bunch of stuff in the back of the van, like speaker and fans and lawn chairs. So here we go. Piper Kev, I think, gonna circle and land, I guess.
If you would, I'd like to say it.
So this is our Miata challenge that we started up in 2024. That's a fun logo. And then all of these people completed the challenge last year. And then Dave Zerd finished first last year. I think Cindy is first this year, but it's kind of fun that all of us lives here in Bob's airplane hangar. This is a cross section of the Spirit of St. Louis, and it's a little exhibit that he's got here that shows you what Charles Lindbergh was looking at on his flight across the Atlantic. Pretty cool. And just to show you how warm it is, the Mr. Cool says, oh, I just switched to 96, but it was 97 degrees. So, pretty warm. Here's another plane that they're working on. Not sure what the story is with this one, but turned into something. This is the hangar that's behind Bob's hangar, and I think this is where the club keeps their planes. If you join the club, you can borrow the plane, but they constantly got projects going on, working on engines, taking them apart, rebuilding airplanes. A lot of times they'll get a plane and they'll rebuild it, and then they'll sell raffle tickets to pay to buy the next one, and that can become like a club thing. Pretty neat. Whoa, look at this thing. It's made out of paper. Wow. not sure I trust myself to fly that. This is interesting too. It's got a cushy seat. It's like the Wright brothers. Couple of parking spots for airplanes out here. That one's pretty. Okay, so this is Dave, right?
Yep, Dave Warner.
And you've got this beautiful plane over here.
1964.
1964, and
I've only had it about 2 or 3 months. I had another one for several years, and I just bought this one. It's been completely restored. So
Did you do the restoration?
No.
You did not do the restoration.
I can put gas and oil in it.
So
Point it which way I want to go.
All right, so you're like me with my car.
Okay.
Oh, here, this is interesting. We got a plane coming in back here that just Diane, which I was told this is a fancy new Piper Cub, right?
Well, the Carbon Cub.
Carbon Cub, so it's lighter.
I don't know all the ins and outs, but yeah, it's an improvement over the basic Piper Cub. There's several different conditions because it's such a popular aircraft.
Yeah. All right, so tell me, I'm going to flip this thing around so we can point
yeah,
out.
so this one, like I said, is a 64. It was down in Georgia, and the guys restored it just a couple of years ago, and I just bought it from them this spring.
So how does one go about, like, if it's kind of funny that there's plane culture and there's car culture, right? You know, and I have no idea how do people just put it online and say, hey, I got a plane for sale, and you just start looking?
A lot of them do that way. There's nothing special to transfer ownership is a real simple thing.
It's just like a car title, right?
You don't even have a title.
Really?
Yeah. But then you register it with the FAA.
Okay.
So, but this is considered a production airplane as opposed to an experimental or a home-built. To this whole
We actually went on a trip to Oshkosh.
Okay,
and we went to the Experimental Aircraft Museum, which was incredible. Like, it was a really, really cool thing.
Yeah, and that's, of course, what the EAA was.
EAA, right. So this is a real, honest to God, not experimental.
It was made by Cessna. This one was actually built in 1963, but it was a 64 model. It's an E model. But like I said, it's completely been restored. So the interior, the paint, they stripped it down, took it apart, and it's got a glass cockpit instead of the conventional. So it's all digital now.
Wow. I've always been fascinated by planes because I always feel like this is too high.
Yeah,
they
are high.
And I you can't even see the runway when you're going down the thing, right?
In his bird dog, you can't. The conventional gear had the tail wheel. And that's really a real honest to God pilot says that's what a real plane should be. Watch your head.
Yeah, I see that. I've already bumped it.
So when you learn to fly with a tail wheel, you do S-turns on the ground when you're taxiing because you can't see out the front.
Oh, right.
But then once you get the nose down, the tail up, then you can see. And when you're in the air,
there's nothing to run into, but
you can see what's ahead of you. And when you're landing, your runway's in front of you, and you're pitched down a little bit, so you can see well. It's only on the ground.
It's on the ground, and maybe even takeoffs, maybe.
Well, right? Takeoff again, you're heading for the air. There's nothing there to hit. So
but how do you know where? I feel like you want to lean sideways and stick your head out the door.
Well, peripheral vision, you can tell, but this has synthetic vision on it, so you can actually see the stripes on the runway on your glass.
Oh, really?
So I mean,
because there's cameras?
No, it's all GPS digital databases.
Oh.
But like, when you come in over, a tower field that's got the runway stripes and everything, that all shows up on the glass. On the navigation. You turn off onto a taxiway, the taxiway line will show up on the screen.
Just like when you're driving in a car.
Yeah, it's just like looking out the window as if it was real, but it's all been generated.
So you got 4 seats. So have you flown with 4 people in there before?
Not in this one. In my other one, I have a lot.
Yeah.
I do volunteer flying for 2 conservation groups and also for Lifeline Pilots out of Peoria. So we'll do non-emergency medical transports with
Okay.
them, and so we've had the patient and parents or something if they're
Oh,
kids.
so you got to
or-
get some medical some medical procedure.
Yeah, so if they have to go, often they'll be like a long distance, and there'll be 2 or 3 of us that do legs to hop them down there. So yeah, I've flown
And
with
then-
4 people, and we have.
And this is your luggage area, right?
Yeah.
In the back behind these
If you
seats.
look over here, this is last night's camping gear. We had all that.
Oh
in there.
wow.
So we set it out.
All that was in the back of there?
Yeah.
Holy
In
cow.
the back seat.
Is there a weight limit on
Oh
that?
yeah. I have a maximum weight. This one's 2,300. The other one was 2,400.
So passengers and bags
plane
and fuel.
Yeah.
Oh
Everything.
wow. So how much
But,
does the fuel weigh?
This one has 36 gallons capacity, which is less than the other plane.
My God, I think I just put
And,
18 in my minivan.
Yeah. And it's 6 pounds per gallon. So
Okay.
But you've got the fuel, and then this particular one's been converted to a 180 horsepower engine, so that gives it a lot more performance.
Wow.
Is this the size aircraft they use over at Sparta for the skydiving?
I don't know. You have to ask John maybe because he is based in Sparta, but
Yeah.
I suspect they might use a little bigger plane. They can put maybe 6 in or something.
Yeah, because I was over Sparta my first time up on a plane, and I jumped out of it, and it looks about this
It's a perfectly
size.
good plane. Why
Yeah.
would you jump out of it?
Yeah, I did some
For the
jumps
experience.
way
Yeah.
back in the 70s before I got my pilot's license. I did some jumps out of Sparta. It was what was the name of the outfit then?
Nope.
But anyway, we jumped out of Sparta, and I suspect it was maybe a Cessna 206 or 185 or something a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
remember
think they're a little
They
bigger
take
than
the
this,
seats
yeah.
out, and everybody's
Yeah.
sitting on the floor.
Yeah,
crunching.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had a bigger
Yeah,
step.
big door that opens this way.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
'Cause we had a little wooden step to replace this, and the door
Oh,
came
yeah.
up, and they had a catch up here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
And
that
it-
way you had the pilot and no other seats. Everything else was floor space. Yeah.
And then what is the motor in one of these
This
things?
is a Lycoming brand. It's a 180 horsepower Lycoming, and you can see it in here a little bit better.
This is gorgeous.
Wow.
Like I said, this one's been completely restored.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, you don't see 64s with 180 horse Lycomings in them.
No,
Not
not
normal.
originally.
No.
I was telling I was telling my phone, YouTube, whatever. I was like, it's surprising how many Miata people are also pilots. It just seems to be like,
Or how many
Bob's a pilot.
pilots on Miata.
Or how many pilots own Miatas? Yeah.
Well, you have that too with sailboats or motorcycles.
Yeah,
They
that's
tend to
true.
be
Yeah, there are a lot of
gearheads or
motorcycle
something
people in there
that-
too.
yeah.
Have you introduced yourself and your plane?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi. My name's John Schaefer, and this is a 1951 01 Bird Dog.
01 Bird Dog.
Yeah.
This thing is so cool. So
was-
this was an actual Air Force reconnaissance
Yeah.
plane
It's
or trainer?
No, it was built in 1951. The Army flew it as a trainer in Fort Stewart, Georgia, until 1962. Then they rehabbed it and sent it to Thailand. And it flew with the Thai Air Force throughout Southeast Asia until we don't know when, until the end of the Vietnam War and that.
And then how did it become
Well,
in your possession?
in 2009, the U.S. Army declared all the planes that we left behind in Thailand as surplus. Until then, because they were lend-lease, the Thai government couldn't do anything with them. So they had these big fields full of airplanes.
Really?
Yeah, and I have pictures at home of the field just chock-a-block with planes. And in 2009, they declared them surplus so that the Thai government can just get rid of
Sell
them.
them.
Yeah, sell them or junk them and melt them down.
And how many do you think there were?
There was hundreds and hundreds of them.
Hundreds
Yeah.
of these. And how
these.
many were rescued?
Probably 2 or 3 dozen. So,
Wow. So was there like a group of pilots in
No,
the
what-
United
what-
States that was like, hey, maybe we should do something about this?
No, in 2015, there was a company down in Mississippi that went over there, and they bought several Connex boxes full of airplanes and parts and they brought them back to Mississippi. The company also bought all the Italian Air Force's supply of spare parts and the U.S. Army supply of spare parts.
Because the Italian army had the same plane?
Yeah, Italian Army flew the same plane, in the 50s and 60s, and so this company started restoring them. He restored about 15, 16 of them to fly. He restored this in 2015, and by restoring it, restoring it is a loose term. It completely rebuilt it.
Yeah, I mean, taken
Yeah.
apart piece by piece, painted, yeah.
Well, and all, like all the skin, all the aluminum on the outside is all brand new aluminum. It's and all the ribs and the farmers and all of that were new old stock. They were the spare parts that they had bought. When the military buys one airplane, they buy about 5 airplanes worth of spare parts.
Right, as they
to
should.
replace that
Right.
airplane parts.
Right, and then they hold those in
those
warehouses.
spare parts, yeah, are the whole airplane essentially.
Yeah,
And they rebuilt it from all those spare parts. They rebuilt it and pieced them back together. Some of the steel and some of the parts were reused that were still airworthy. They were reused, but essentially, it's a brand new old airplane.
so did any of the restorations, did anybody restore them like the Italian Air Force?
No, they didn't restore them to the same as the Italian. He restored them to what was when in 1962 when they quit manufacturing them. He had to restore it to get it certified by the FAA. He had to restore it to the same standard
That they were.
when they at the end when they
Nice.
came off the assembly line in 1962. That's what they were licensed for, and so he had to restore them to that standard.
Wow.
So that's
So
what
just
he
like
did.
his, it's not an experimental aircraft. It's honest
Yeah.
to God FAA
It's
airplane.
it's not experimental. It was licensed as a Cessna Cessna 305 is what it was licensed
Okay.
as originally. When the first one was a Cessna 305, and then all the rest of them were military planes.
And on your hat, is that this plane? It's
Yeah,
the
that's this plane.
N14
413
P.
Golf.
Okay, Papa Golf.
Yeah.
All right.
And-
Well, you wanna? I'll flip the camera around and we can look at things on the inside.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Tiny
So-
door. No window on this side.
No.
Oh no, here it is. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, this window opens, and this window opens here,
Yeah.
and same way on the other side.
2 seats. One
Two
one
seats,
behind the other one.
One
And
for the pilot, one for the observer, and the observer seat could go flip backwards. The back.
oh, you can observe out the back.
you could turn yourself around because all the radios were right behind the pilot, right behind the observer
Oh,
seat.
I see.
And to get access to the radios, they'd pull the back of the seat off and flip it over.
And you can fly the plane from the back seat.
Yeah, you could fly the plane from the back seat. When it was a trainer, the instructor would fly it from the back seat, and the student pilot would fly it from the front.
You took me up in this once before and said, okay, now you fly it. And
Yeah.
I was terrified. I was like, I don't think I'm qualified. And you're like, what are you going to run into? And I was like, I don't know, the ground. And he's like, nah, you're not going to run it into the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And then you got a car stereo down here, it looks like.
No, those are the radios.
That's the actual radio.
Yeah, that's the
That's a
one's
modern radio
Yeah,
for your.
one's a radio and one's a transponder that sends out a signal to the FAA's radar system and gives your call sign and the information on your plane.
Very cool. And then what does it have for a motor up front?
It
What's
has a 0470 6-cylinder engine.
6-cylinder?
Yeah, a Continental engine. It makes 213 horsepower.
213.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot, right? It's more than yours.
Yeah, it's wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more to get off the ground, but when
Oh,
the
wow.
military flew it, remember they had rockets for spotting targets. They had rockets and machine guns that they could hang on the
Oh,
wing
wow.
here.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
These. Holy cow. 250
that's-
pound max drop
Yeah, that's
load per
For the
wing.
controls, and they had 2 racks there. They could put machine guns on it.
Holy
They could
cow.
put rockets on it. They could put
They could.
drop supply loads,
That's
parachute
awesome.
loads of supplies.
I had no idea.
And they would load these airplanes down to as much weight of the airplane as the supplies and that on it.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a amazing
It's all
little.
made to make it easier to work on. That's why.
And you've got your skull and crossbones and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
These two things don't feel like they go together.
Well, my high school
Is the
and Mickey Mouse.
and Mickey Mouse.
The high school were pirates.
Very, very, very cool. I love this thing. Thanks for bringing it out.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, I would be happy to help you if you want to, unless you just want to keep showing off.
Let me swing the tail around and then you can push it. I can pull it with it in here.
All right.
Spider.
Giant spider in the hangar.
Ladies and gentlemen, nice seeing what I gotta go.
That's awesome.
We just found out that
I
Bob
am
is.
going to confirm it's Ann, right?
It's Ann, A-N-N.
I have done some dumb stunts before.
I'm so excited. I just took a picture of the Berlin Wall.
Oh, in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just found out that Bob wrote a book, so he's going to sign a copy and let Ann read it. This is very exciting. Okay, we got Bob's airplane put back in, and the hangar's all cleaned up, and we moved all the chairs over to the club warehouse. So it was a good day. Had a great event for the Gateway Miata Club. Annual picnic is really cool, and hope to do it again next year.